Lions fans, what's going on? It's your boy King. Yeah, I'm under the weather. Probably worse this time than the first time. Um, but I do got a voice, so that's fortunate. Went to sleep mad, woke up angry. I know a lot of us feel that way, right? Well, let's take a deep breath and take this opportunity to talk about what really transpired yesterday while, cooler heads prevail right now. So, let's dig into this thing. All right, Lions fans. So first and foremost, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys, man. We hit 1,000 likes that last video, and this video I want to try to go for 1,500 if we can. Those likes help the algorithm, and it helps me get out more and more on YouTube. So do your boy a favor, smash the like button for your boy. And if you're a newcomer, smash the subscribe button. If you are a new Lions fans, smash the subscribe button. I promise you, you're gonna get some real raw Lions content over here. So with that said, what transpired yesterday? Let's go with the obvious first before we dig in a little bit. Listen, we cannot rely on the NFL officials to make right and timely calls, especially in game-winning situations. We just seen a previous incident in Kansas City where, they were absolutely dragged just like we were on an obvious pass interference that, this thing has been repeat for us for years, but it's getting to the point now in the league where it's just getting worse and worse. When Roger Goodell says the officiating crew are, they're getting better, that's absolute bullcrap. That is absolute garbage. It continues to get worse, and there's more and more suspicions of gambling, more conspiracies out there. At this point, it's just kind of hard to say that there's not some type of gambling or some type of malicious thing going on behind the scenes, man, because it's just obvious. It's so obvious, right? So talking about what happened, right? Taylor Decker scores a 2-point conversion. That would have put the Lions up and possibly won the game. Whether it was 23 seconds left and a touchdown for a timeout for the Cowboys. That's woulda, coulda, shoulda. We gonna stick with what actually happened. The Lions definitely, in my eyesight, would have won that game. And it was disgusting the way that the official rushed, didn't even want to listen, walked away from Dan Campbell when he was talking. He didn't want to hear it. And that's what drove my suspicion from the beginning. Then the details started to come out. You have the video of Jared Goff sending Taylor Decker and Panay Sewell, he was talking to both of them, over to the official to make sure that they checked in. They both went and did that. They both walked up straight line to him, looking directly at him, and told him, even though Dan Skipper was running, Dan Skipper never said a thing. He was just coming in so he can go over there and guard. But Panay Sewell and Taylor Decker right there at the official, I know they checked in. I know they did, because you know why? The official looked directly in his eyes and nodded at him. He heard what he said. So at this point, it's just what's factual on video versus the bull crap in the documents that you've seen come out, right? So I just, it's the same old same with us, but in this situation, it's just like, the NFL just refuses to hold officiating crews accountable for blowing these games, which makes me think that they're in on it too. because it's making your league look disgusting in front of the world. Everybody was watching that game last night. It's making your league look unfair and disgusting. And we supposed to be expanding, trying to expand overseas. You need to get this together. You know what I'm saying? So, man, disgusting situation. Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately, as usual. We'll see what happened, when they change this and change that. It's the same old story. We got so many rules made up after our games. If things changed after our games, it's ridiculous. So that's that, right? On the flip side of that, let's give flowers where flowers are due, right? First and foremost, I did not mention last night how good of a game our top defensive player had last night. Aiden Hutchinson was an absolute animal last night. I mean, from 5 to 6 pressures to the 3 sacks to quarterback hits to just being disruptive in every way possible. Giving his team the opportunity to take care of business and win, man. That's what you want out of your guy, right? So we got to give him that credit, man, because he hasn't necessarily been getting as many sacks as some people would like, simply because we all know the situation with D-line. Let's not go down that lane right now. But he's still been top 3 in pressures in the league. So he's still creating pressure. And that's what you want. You want sacks, but you want pressure too. And he's been doing that. But yesterday the sacks came, man, and it was beautiful. Big plays, man. Timely sacks. So, Melifonwu made another nice play yesterday. Melifonwu is going to be a star. He's definitely going to be a star, man. Him, Brian Branch, man, them guys was out there doing their thing, man. Brian Branch out there on them tight ends was not having it, man. Like I said, the only person in the secondary had the toughest task, man, and struggled was Sutton. I felt bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because CeeDee Lamb he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You can only do so much, man. Like I said, his get off the line is so quick, man. Cutting inside those slants, it was tough for him. And, like I said, he's entitled to that because he had a solid season all season. And like I said, we talk about a game where we held a team that's damn near averaging 40 at home to a couple of touchdowns. So, once again, Aaron Glenn and that defensive unit, round of applause for everybody involved. From front to back, man. Those guys were a unit. They were together out there. And, that's all that we want to see, right? We'll be adding more and more to that defense. I'm probably sure all eyes as far as, players in this league was watching that game too. So like I said, these are recruiting moments, man. Guys think as players, hey, man, I can go and join that. So I can play with those guys. Those guys, they hold each other accountable, but at the same time, they take care of each other. Players talk. So, except one play. Oh, boy. Didn't talk about it last night either. But Derek Barnes. If there's one thing that you're good at, it's tackling. You may not be able to cover anything, but tackling. If you were 3 inches to the right, we're having a whole different conversation right now. That was a safety. And you merely just bumped him. Tackle the quarterback. And I blame the league partially because these players, they're cautious. They're thinking. You know what I'm saying? They're not just playing. They're so worried about how they hit the quarterback or if the quarterback's going to, cock his arm and throw the ball. They're so worried about getting a penalty. It affects certain guys, man, from making plays. Not saying solely that I just noticed was the situation, but to me, that's the only logical thing I can think of, right? But man, we having a different conversation if he makes that tackle. You know what I'm saying? That's a safety. So, and CD Lamb never gets that touchdown, that free gift. I just hate the fraudulent Cowboys. They're so fraudulent, man. So, like I said, man, other than that, man, like the defense, I got no complaints, man. They did everything they could. They gave it everything they could, man. So, with that said, offense. I talked about it a little bit yesterday with the play calling at times. Ben Johnson had opportunities out there, got a little cute at times. All of these things, right? My biggest issue was the points that we left. Touchdowns in that red zone. You got to do it. Just do what makes sense. We didn't need all the extra. You did the extra at the end of the game, and you were successful at it, even though they took it away from us. But in those situations, man, bro, pound that ball. Give Montgomery the ball, run a heavy package, bro, and just run it at Parsons. So stop doing all this little cute stuff that's allowing them to get through these creases, man, and meet guys in the backfield. Put some extra meat out there. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. That's just what it is, man. So like I said, I just felt like we did a little bit too much at times. And it came back to bite us, man. Like I said, we should have been up 2 scores at least. That's without counting the safety. We should have been up 2 scores at least, man. It should have been a blowout, which is what makes it so impressive, for the Detroit Lions, because everybody automatically checked this game off as a loss. But after watching the Cowboys over the last couple of weeks and seeing how fraudulent they were, that's where I started to say, man, we can beat these dudes, and beat them good, which is what should have happened yesterday. But again, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Things didn't go, we turned the ball over twice on offense. Just can't do that. Can't do that. Uncharacteristic, and untimely turnovers. So, Jared Goff, you got to be better. Whether you get hit or not, pressure is on you or not, you got to have better composure. You got to go through progressions. You got to look guys off. Look defenders off. We see highlights all the time of guys like Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, using their eyes to look off defenders. You got to do that, Jared. You got to learn how to react a lot faster out there. And that's just a department for him to grow. He still needs to grow in that department more. So we'll see what's going to happen next game. Not sure. Not sure who's going to play and who's not. We definitely got a lot of football games to keep track with today. As far as who wins and who loses, Rams, San Francisco, whoever it may be, we got to, keep our eyes on these teams. And see where the dominoes fall. That's just where it is. So, with that said, man, I just love this time of the year. A lot of football. We're right in the thick of everything. Michigan play tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's Rose Bowl time. Can't ask for more. Happy Capper, right? We got playoff football coming, right? So happy Cappers as Lions fans. So, once again, shout out to all of you guys, man. And I appreciate the donations that's been coming in. Once again, if you guys donate to the channel, you don't know how much that helps me tremendously. I'm currently trying to get a new chair right now. This chair is broken. I have it leaning up on the desk so it don't fall backwards. So I'm trying to get a few things to improve the channel, man. So I appreciate those. Y'all guys are right on time with that. But yeah, the Cash App and the PayPal or whatever it is, those are at the beginning of the video in the intro. Also a pop-up during the video. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for that. Shout out, to Lions Nation Unite, Herman Moore. Man, make sure you guys go over to the website, Herman Lowe. Check out those blankets. Check out those blankets, man. I'm probably sure it's going to be a creative one made after this one. I'm probably sure that Cowboys blanket is going to hit different. I can't wait to see what, they come up with, man. So make sure you guys check that out as well. And with that said, have a blessed day. Let's go into 2024 correctly. Do not drink and drive. Please do not drink and drive. If you're going to drink, do it at home, or if you're going somewhere, make sure you stay there. Do not drink and drive. Save your life and everyone else. But be careful out there. This tends to be a dangerous night for some. But in the meantime, enjoy time with your family. I'm about to go dope myself up once again, drink some tea, and watch the football. With that said, I love you guys, man. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.